Now listen carefully, because if you can answer all 3 of these questions, then that means you're a master at riddles. So the very first one is, what has a neck but no head? Second one is, what has a head and a tail but no body? And the third one is, what has hands but cannot clap? Stay tuned for the answers. Anyways, hey magical sparks, welcome back to my channel. It's Sparkle here, and welcome to the 5th installment or the 5th episode of drawing your profile pictures. So today I'm going to be drawing 3 more of your beautiful profile pictures, but stay tuned so I can tell you who those lucky people are later on in the video. Also, I'm really sick and my voice is completely drained, so I'm going to try not to exhaust myself too much. So let's just kind of deal with the tired, exhausted voice for today. And hopefully by next week, we'll be back to the normal kind of energetic voiceover. Okay, so pretty much what happened is I actually sketched out this page, I think 3 months ago or something. I know it's kind of bad. Yeah, I sketched it out 3 months ago, and I was gonna record this episode of drawing your profile pictures right after I posted the previous one, but then I kind of forgot about it and I kind of just lost the motivation to finish it. But now I'm currently trying to finish my sketchbook so I can get a sketchbook tour out, and because of that I went back to this page and I decided to record myself as I colored it in. And now let's just keep in mind that actually when I was sketching out these profile pictures, like I said, it was around about 3 or 4 months ago. So I did take screenshots from YouTube of people who commented under my community post asking me to draw their profile pictures and everything, and I think all these people have changed their profile pictures by now, but still I decided to go with the old ones. Hope that's okay. Okay, so let's have a really quick recap of what's been going on. So the first time I drew your profile pictures was in about 2021, the first year I started my channel, and I drew your profile pictures. I drew 4 of them in my A4 sketchbook. The second time I believe I also did it in my sketchbook. Third time I did it digitally, which was so much fun. I love how all the drawings came out in that video as well. And the 4th time I, did recently this year in my sketchbook in a kind of similar format where I divided the page into 3 columns and then did 1 profile picture per column. Now all the pages and drawings that I've done from part 1 to 3 I genuinely did love, but when it came to part 4, which is the one that I did before this, let's just say it was quite interesting. There was a lot of, I guess, pop art vibes coming from it. It was really bright and vibrant, which I love, but at the same time, I kind of like having something that ties my sketchbook pages together, but with that page, there really wasn't anything tying it together except for the complete randomness. So today I decided to be just a tad bit more strategic in how I was going to go about this. Just a tiny bit, not too much. So what I did was I went ahead and picked out some profile pictures that kind of had similar color palettes and similar kind of ideas and vibes. It's difficult to kind of explain what I mean, but once I do the coloring, I guess you'll be able to kind of see what I mean. But something else I did was I decided to use my blue fine liner because of 2 reasons. Number 1, I just got it and I wanted to try it out, and in my opinion, it worked great. And number 2, because the main color palette for this page is going to be green, so I thought that maybe using a blue fine liner might help things work out better, which let's see if it did. I'm so tired right now, but I'm gonna try my best to get through this voiceover because I know I'm gonna hate myself if I give up. So let's keep going. Okay, now don't take this too seriously. I don't even know if I should say this, but I was just thinking, right? Like just an idea. I'm not like saying I'm gonna do it. I'm not making any promises or anything. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. What if, because I know that the community post that I posted for the do you guys want me to draw your profile pictures thing got a lot of comments, and I was just thinking, right? I know it's taken me a long time to get there because I'm not sure if I should say or not, because I know you guys might hold on to it and keep asking for it. So I was just thinking, what if I tried to draw like 100 of your guys' profile picture but post it in one video? I mean, that would be a pretty packed video, but I was just thinking, like, would it work out? Because I want to draw all of them, but I know I can't draw some of them because of copyright reasons and stuff, because the profile pictures are like screenshots of different cartoons and stuff, so I can't do that. But for like the original art and stuff, I could do that, but that would be a lot of hard work for one video. But if you guys do want to see something like that, let me know in the comments. Again, just an idea, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so as you could see before on the screen, I'm drawing Mary's sketchbook's profile picture. I have always been a big fan of the color palette pink and green, especially because I really loved watching Winx Club when I was younger, and I really loved Flora's color palette, which consisted of these two colors predominantly, and they just looked so pretty together. So I was really excited to try it out with this drawing. So pretty much the sweater is going to be green and the background is going to be like a pinkish purplish kind of color, and we're going to try and make it work. It's actually so crazy how much my art style has changed in terms of the way I color hair, because if you look at the videos that I posted this time last year, I had a very different process, but right now I'm trying something a bit more different and a bit more like semi-realistic, but it's also really easy at the same time, and I'm loving how it looks. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing here so you can see how the hair kind of came together as I colored it in. So I pretty much only used full markers and I laid them in like a really specific way, which kind of gave me like a really cool effect. I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite things about this entire page is definitely how the hair turned out for this drawing. Now, have you heard that thing about how some people tend to be night owls and other people tend to be early birds? Well, with me, I always love waking up early and doing stuff and being productive, but I don't normally draw in the morning because it's not really my thing. I like to draw more at afternoon times and evening times because that's when I get to kind of relax and kind of wind down. But this drawing I worked on in the early morning, and I actually felt really good because I suddenly had so much kind of like freedom. My mind felt really kind of clear and stress-free, and because of that, this entire process was so calm and so much fun. So it has been my goal for about the first 10 months of this year to teach myself and learn just pretty much how to shade fabric and how to shade clothes in like a realistic manner, considering where the fabric would actually fold and adding shadows there, adding lighting to the places that require it and stuff like that. So that was my goal that I told myself to focus on at the start of the year, and it's been 10 months almost. And guess who's being nice and lazy about learning? It's me. But somehow, even though I don't really know what I'm doing, somehow I'm managing to make my shading work, because I kind of try to use this, I guess you could call like a water ripple kind of effect, where I pretty much add like blobs of shading here and there, especially when it's like really puffy clothing, but then it kind of ends up looking kind of nice in an abstract way. Anyways, my point is I still have to learn how to shade clothes properly, but right now I'm using a different method and it seems to be working out for me. Oh my goodness, guys, look at that, look at that. For the first time in ages, I didn't draw the eyebrow on top of the hair. That is a miracle. I haven't done like a nude lipstick kind of coloring in ages, so I really love how this turned out, and honestly, it was just lots of fun to do, just adding something that was not like a really bright pink or red color. So the next person I'm drawing is Alexa, and they requested that I draw like a pretty letter A, which was what I was initially planning to do. But then I kind of had this idea of taking the concept of their profile picture and how the letter A was written, and then kind of going ahead and making that a bit more prettier by adding vines and some more colors and everything. That was the concept in my mind. Looking back at it now, I kind of wish that I went with like a capital letter A but made it cursive and everything. For some reason, my brain didn't think of that idea at that point, but that's okay. Let's just make do with what we've got. Now, don't get me wrong, I love using alcohol-based markers so much because they are great for blending and layering and everything, but, and a big but, B-U-T, dear children, is that it's really hard to get like an even kind of laydown when you're coloring in really large spaces. Now, I tried really hard and used as much ink as I could to kind of get a smooth kind of finish for the background. As you can see though, there are still some uneven patches and spots, which I don't like that much, but we're just going to try and ignore it because really I have no choice at this point. But that's why I love watercolors, because they're much more smoother in how they lay down if you use them correctly, and even acrylic pens, they're really good as well. Okay, now jumping back to the introduction, you might be wondering, Sparkle, why did you start the intro with 3 random riddles? Like, where did that come from? Don't worry, I'll explain. But before that, here is the third and last profile picture I'll be drawing in today's video. It's for Crazy Cares, and I'm just gonna say I'm really sorry. I know that in your profile picture the character is wearing a yellow turtleneck t-shirt or jumper, but I decided to make it a bit more on the greenish side. In my defense though, I did use a green-yellow marker, so that technically counts as yellow, but it does look more like green. I'm really sorry. But the reason I did that is just so that it kind of matches with the theme of the page, and I really hope that you like how it looks as well. Okay, I'm losing my voice, but let's keep going. 5 more minutes left. Okay, so about the riddles, let's go ahead and talk about the answers. For the very first riddle, what has a neck but no head? The answer is a bottle. Duh. The second one, what has a head and a tail but no body? A coin. And the third one, what has hands but cannot clap? A clock. I'm not even kidding. Riddles have like the most obvious and the most simplistic answers out there, and yet the majority of us fail to think of these answers. It just happens. I still remember I had this online class, a maths class, and our teacher was asking us riddles, and he asked us this one riddle, and the answer was pretty much a map. It was something like I have mountains but no sky. I have houses but no trees, something like that, or streets or something. I don't know, I don't remember. But the point is, what I'm trying to say is that our class kind of just like sat there for 2 minutes so confused, because all of us were trying to be genuine and not search up the answer and trying to use our brains to think of the answer, and we were just stumped until someone finally figured out. But I bet they used Google. Anyways, back to the point. Let me know how many of these riddles you got correct in the comments below. And while you're doing that, here is the special mystery emoji for this video. So if you've managed to watch the entire 11 minutes and 30 seconds so far, make sure to comment this emoji down below. Also, I'm really excited because I'm going to have a bit more time on my hands now, which means extra time for personal drawings as well as recording YouTube videos. And I've made a big list of videos that I want to record, some nice, fun, interesting videos, and I'm so excited to start recording them and start posting them. I don't know if you guys could hear Mr. June in the background, but clearly he's jealous that he's not in today's video, but that's okay, I'll get him in with another video. Okay, now watch carefully. This marker does look like a green, but on the cap, as you can tell, it does say yellow-green, so I think we'll be good. You know when you're like running a marathon and you just want that extra bit of energy, you just want to reach the finish line and be able to say, you know what, I did it. That's how I feel right now. I just want my voice to last for the last 3 minutes of this voiceover so I can relax and say, you know what, I did it. I mean, could I add captions? Sure, I definitely could, but I mean, it's kind of sort of a little bit boring in my opinion, for me at least, because I'd rather watch the art than read the captions. So let's keep going. Also, this is really random, but I quite frequently do check videos I've been tagged in. So if you go to your comments tab on YouTube, and then there's a tab next to it where it says mentions. So if you tag a channel there, we can actually see the video that you posted with our name tagged in it. And I've been seeing a lot of cute fan art videos which are so adorable. They literally melt my heart, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for that. I always want to comment, but for some reason the comments are disabled, so I can't really do that, but I am checking it and I am loving it. I love seeing those kind of fan art videos when people try to recreate my art in their style, and even when they like follow my tutorials. I've seen some for the hair tutorial, the anatomy tutorial, and the 6 ways to draw eyes, or was it 8 or was it 6? I don't remember, something like that. And it's so cute and I just love it so much. So green was like a very dominant color in each of these drawings. In the third drawing, because I kind of made it to be dominant like I talked about before. And something else that the first drawing and the third drawing had in common was the pinkish purple background. So what I did was I went ahead and added just a tiny bit of purple to the middle drawing as well, just to kind of tie it all together. And in the end, I love how this page turned out. It definitely turned out a lot more cohesive than part 4 of drawing your profile picture, which I also loved for the pop art effect, but this one I just love it because of how well everything kind of comes together and ties together. And with that, it is time for a grand reveal of what we've created today, and here are how all the drawings look. I love the line art, especially for each of the drawings. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the fact that I was drawing in the early morning, or that I got a new fine liner, or maybe because I just hadn't drawn in a while. I just felt so kind of comfortable and excited doing the line art. hair and the coloring and just everything went perfect today. Well, almost everything. Depends on whether we're counting the voiceover or not. Anyways guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all like how this drawing turned out, and especially for the people whose profile pictures I drew, thank you so much for letting me draw your profile pictures, and I really hope that you like how these drawings turned out. But anyways guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantabulous day. Stay awesome as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully with a much more back to normal, not having a cold kind of voice. Anyways, bye!